he was hit with the goddamn depression, which lasted 10 bloody years.
Wow.
So he couldn't get another job except piddling ass little deals working at a service station, pumping gas for maybe 2 bits an hour. I can still remember we were over in Charleswood by this time. Must have been about 1936, 37. And my mother gave him 50 cents for the weekend, Saturday. He wanted to go have a big time Saturday night. And he'd go over to St. James and visit with his buddies that he knew over there in St. James. And I don't think my mother said, don't spend it foolishly. 50 cents. That was it.
Well, that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, right.
You could get a steak dinner or something.
So he grew up at that time, and he didn't get a decent job at the Canada Cement Company until 1939.
He worked at Dominion Bridge before that for a very short time.
Huh?
He worked for Dominion Bridge for a very short time. And then
No, that's the beauty of it. He, 1925, he caught on with the Dominion Bridge and held that job for about 4 years until 1930, the beginning of 1930, when the Depression really started to affect everyone. So he made enough money in those 4 or 5 years to buy the 1925 Dodge that we had. My father couldn't drive, you know.
Yeah.
He only had one eye.
Yeah.
And John, he was a hard-working son of a gun, and he made enough money over there. Probably, in today's terms, $25 a week at the most, maybe 20. But that was a fair amount of money back in 1928, 1929. That's where he was working there when I lit the house on fire.
God.
Yeah.
That's how I know
clothes
that it was
So
1920.
you knew that you did it. Okay.
Because he wasn't there. And
you were playing with his lighter or something?
Yeah, I found his lighter. In his, we had the clothes hanging. It was
Curtains?
this little house that my parents bought.
You were in the attic.
It was the St. James house.
Had an unfinished attic. And my father finished it up, and John and I had bunk beds upstairs there. And he just hung his wardrobe, his clothes, close to the window. There was a little small window at one end.
When you lit his clothes on fire?
And being a kid of 5 or 6 years old, I was curious, and I went through them and found the lighter and lit the
Curtains.
the
Curtains.
window dressing.
Oh, God.
It didn't do a hell of a lot of damage. So for some reason, the St. James Fire Department was very effective.
Huh.
It got there almost immediately.
You can imagine what it looked like.
And
It's probably pails of water.
no,
I can't imagine. God.
They knocked it down. Cause it didn't damage the rest of the house.
So did they have to rebuild the attic or what?
Huh?
Did they rebuild the attic or what?
Yes, my father rebuilt the attic. Yeah. As I say, it didn't do a hell of a lot of damage. It was amazing. My mother ran across the street to Simpson's store, little mom and pop store that just lived about was just right back of us on the next street, and used the phone to call, and they were there within, Christ, it must have been 10 minutes. Yeah. Just amazing, you know, when I think back on it.
You never get that service
And
these
this was
days.
in the middle of winter. I can still remember
So that probably helped.
looking out that window and seeing all the snow, and it's still embodied in my brain.
Wow. Your first memory.
So he would have been 18 then when he worked at
So
Dominion Bridge.
it wasn't the house
You were
in Charleswood.
Okay, so he was 18 at Dominion Bridge?
Huh?
So he was 18 at Dominion Bridge?
You're right. he earned enough money to buy a car. And buying a car back
1930?
in the late 20s was a big deal,
Yeah.
a real big deal. And we had that car until he got employed at
Canada Cement.
cement plant. He bought a 37 Ford in 1939. Was 2 years old. Boy, that was a big deal.
Wow.
Now, question. Did your dad work with John at Canada Cement at the same time?
During the Depression, they gave him a job as a night watch or something, right?
I didn't get
He
you.
worked security.
Was your dad and John both at Canada Cement at the same time?
Right. So was I.
Oh, you?
Worked at some-
You did?
All three of us were there.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Oh, I didn't know
That
that.
was the first job I had when I finished high school in 1942.
Okay.
I never knew you worked
And
there.
John was there. I'd run into him, and he'd give me a smirk as we
No,
walked by
no.
one another.
What'd you
Keep
do?
yourself.
What'd you do there?
Huh?
What did you do there? Clean up after John?
First job I had there was